G'day everyone, Pat here from the Aussie Gamers Experience, more commonly known around the web as Snoogs or Snoogvision over on Twitter. Come say g'day. I'm here today to talk through my experience with the PS5 exclusive Returnal. So sit back, relax, we've got some nice bits of gameplay coming up. Let's go. Returnal is developed by Housemarque and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment, and is the first true AAA PlayStation exclusive and new IP on the PS5. It understandably follows so many of PlayStation's first-party titles in being a third-person action-adventure game with elements of gunplay, collecting and exploration, with a new roguelike element thrown in just for good measure. Returnal utilises the extra run of the PS5 well for a title released so early in the console cycle. Light effects are a big change, with ray tracing added for more realistic light movement and brilliant particle effects. The landscape is designed to give you a bit of a claustrophobic feel, with narrow sections opening up into larger combat areas, which can have a feeling very linear to begin with, but once you get the idea of the gameplay style, you begin to understand the aspect of searching the environment for other areas and special items that assist with the game or tell a little bit more of the story put down. Returnal sees you take control of Selene, a space pilot for the Astra Corporation who, after disobeying orders, attempts to land on planet Atropos to investigate what is referred to as the White Shadow Signal. On approach, your ship suffers heavy damage and you are forced to crash land, rendering the ship unsalvageable. Exploring the planet, Selene finds her own corpse, and you quickly work out that you are stuck in a time loop that every time you die sends you back to the moment of the crash and starting your journey over again. Each time doing so, the planet changes so that no two tracks are the same. Not only is the planet out to kill you, but you also experience strange and vivid visions that further deepen the intrigue. Straight away you notice the pedigree of Housemarque from the very first image of Selene and her ship. Facial features are very detailed and look almost movie-like. Stepping out of your crashed ship, the world around you is intricately detailed. Lighting is good and takes full use of the PS5 ray tracing ability, with a big jump in lighting fidelity and particle effects plenty. They're everywhere. The integration of the PS5 SSD shows no loading between areas and replay sequences. Also, the DualSense controller adds another element to the experience in both felt and heard cues from the controller, further immersing you in the world. Firearms have a dual fire mode thanks to the haptic triggers. The story, it's part of a title I always struggle to review, as it's such a personal choice and very hard to do without giving away certain spoiler aspects. Returnal adds another layer to that. The story is hard to follow early on and very out there in terms of genre. Ultimately, a sci-fi story with horror thrown in for good measure. It's not designed to scare, but more to intrigue as you're drip fed throughout your playthrough. Personally, you'd be better off if you were playing this in long sessions, because you'd be able to follow that story a lot quicker. If you are only playing for short bursts at a time, you may struggle keeping up with the story and being able to follow what's going along. The horror aspect of the game comes in the form of aloneness. You very much sense that you're alone on this planet. You've got a sense of loss and confusion as well, because the world around you is always changing. It's very well played out by Jane Perry, who is Selene, in dialogue moments, inner monologue, and little snippets of things that you pick up along the way. The other big character, that's the world itself. Atropos is littered with strange alien bodies, statues, wildlife that wants to kill you, that shoot weird and wonderful energy elements at you. There's even plants that will drag you into teeth just to get a bit of that tasty eyeball jelly, Not to mention, that first time you come across your own corpse, it's a little confronting and and something that very strange that made me sit back and go, wow. We do have a flip side to that too. Returnal does most of what it sets out to accomplish really well, and I feel my cons are more based on me, and others may not pick up from them. But this is what I felt anyway. The lighting, while it's done extremely well, in areas it is a little dark. While that adds to the atmosphere, it also is just a little too dark in the fact that the colours kind of wash out. I would have liked a little more colour in areas with the foliage. The grasses themselves are plentiful, but they look poor compared to the rest of the landscape. They're not really anything that like they don't serve a purpose, but they could have done with a bit more of a polish. Then there's this roguelike element. Every single night that I've played Returnal, I've turned it off in a less than positive manner. The idea of working so hard to fight your way through this world, getting upgraded weapons, upgraded items, picking them up along the way, and then losing it all to then start again and have to go on a different track, it can get a little frustrating. But again, that's just me. I don't play a lot of roguelike titles, so I haven't had much exposure to this.
Kill it.
Overall, Returnal is a good game with an intriguing story and shows off some of the good work that Sony studio devs are known for. Housemarque have once again delivered a good early cycle title that sets a benchmark for what the console can visually do. Returnal does not hold your hand. There is no difficulty setting, and it tells you at the start it is designed to be a challenge, and believe me, there are parts of this game that feel like a no-win scenario. Have I finished the Returnal campaign? No. Not as yet. And to be completely honest with you, I don't know if I'll be able to, given the nature of the restarting and just personal frustrations kicking in. That is in no way a reflection of the game. It's a personal thing where the frustration could very much get the better of me. Every time you die, things change, different scenarios pop up, so I don't know if there's a certain number that you need to get to before you can actually finish the game. It could be something as simple as that's what you need to do, and then it plays out, because I'm getting, on each and every playthrough, I'm getting quite far, and then getting to a point where it feels like that no-win scenario on a couple of occasions. A few of them have been stupid deaths, but that's just another thing. Honestly, I don't think I've ever hated and loved a game so much at the same time. When I'm playing it, I will play until the frustration takes over, and then I will stop. But then I will sit there and think, just one more go. Just one more go. That's what's so intriguing about this title. Just one more. Just let's see what the next thing is. What's the next step? But overall, I have loved my time so far with Returnal, and I dare say that there'll be a few live streams coming in the very near future. So thanks very much for checking out the review. Be sure, if you've enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't enjoyed it, tell us why down below. Hit that sub button so you know that when I'm going live, you'll get some notifications, and come and say good day. Thank you very much. I'll see you all very soon. Bye.
Wow.